Yeah, I'm truly excited for that. Knowing that I have a piece of offense and a say so and how things fit my eye and place the players exactly where they need to be, seeing how they come in and out of routes, seeing um, the structure of the alignment, seeing they set, seeing just having a feeling. Like I'm more of a feel type of person, so that's how I learn. That's how I do everything. I'm gonna just watch it. It's just gonna happen. No, like I gotta be out there, feel it. I gotta move around. It's like so many details that it takes for me, to feel my best and play my best. And I'm doing everything in my power, and the team's doing everything, to help me get prepared.
So Sheudeur finally opened up about how Kevin Stefanski might have actually held back his development. And the way he explained it makes you wonder what was really going on behind the scenes. Like, how does a young quarterback grow when the system around him isn't built for his strengths? How do you expect a player to evolve when the coaching doesn't match the talent? And most of all, why wasn't anyone talking about this earlier? Because the way Sheudeur described it, it sounds less like a rough patch and more like a roadblock he had to fight through on his own. So now the real question is, was this just a misunderstanding? Or was his growth genuinely slowed down by the one person who was supposed to guide him? Sheudeur is showing a deep understanding of what it really takes to succeed on the field. He talks about having a voice in the offense, being able to place players where they fit best, and really understanding how routes work. This shows he's not just some passive player waiting for things to happen. He's hands-on, learning by feeling, moving, and paying attention to every little detail. That kind of awareness is rare, and it's exactly what a quarterback needs to grow and lead a team. It's clear Sheudeur wants to be involved in every step and is committed to doing everything possible to get better and help the team win. But here's the problem with all this effort and focus from Sheudeur. Why did Stefanski hold him back? Stefanski should be the coach helping Sheudeur thrive, not blocking his progress. If a player is this invested, this aware, and this ready to learn, a coach's job is to support that growth, to build a system that fits the player's style, not stifle it. Instead, Stefanski seems to have ignored what Sheudeur needed. He didn't create the right environment for him to feel confident or to get reps in a way that helps him improve. That's on Stefanski, plain and simple. A coach who fails to develop his young quarterback is failing his team. And if Stefanski really held Sheudeur back, then it's time for him to be held accountable and, honestly, fired. Sheudeur's words show he's the real deal. A quarterback who studies, feels, and leads with heart. Meanwhile, Stefanski comes off like a coach stuck in his ways, unwilling or unable to adjust to the player in front of him. That kind of stubbornness kills a player's chances to shine and slows down their whole career. If Stefanski can't see that Sheudeur needs a system built around his skills, and if he can't give him the freedom and support to grow, then the team is better off without him. Sheudeur deserves better, and it's time the leadership recognized that before more talent gets wasted under a coach who clearly isn't up to the job.
I would say definitely, I would say mentally, emotionally. Like, I know this is a trending topic that my house got broken into, but like, I'm in a mental space now to where, it's not too much that can faze me. Honestly, what's going on. And none of my jewelry got took anyway. So, by the way, none of my jewelry got took. So now, it's just called slipping. It happens.
Sheudeur's mental strength right now is something to admire, despite what he's been through, having his house broken into, a situation that would shake most people. He has made it clear that it hasn't broken his spirit. He's in a mental space where very little can throw him off balance. That shows a lot about his character and resilience. Life throws unexpected punches, and when something as personal as your own home is invaded, it could easily become a huge distraction. But Sheudeur isn't letting that stop him or control his mindset. Instead, he's showing maturity and focus, proving that he's built to handle pressure both on and off the field. What's even more important is that Sheudeur keeps it real. He calls the break in slipping, acknowledging that sometimes bad things happen, but they don't define him or his journey. This down-to-earth attitude speaks volumes about his ability to stay grounded no matter the circumstances. He's not playing the victim or using this as an excuse. He's owning it, moving forward, and staying ready for what comes next. That kind of mental toughness is exactly what you want from a leader, especially a quarterback who needs to keep calm and focused when the game is on the line. Sheudeur's focus and mindset stand in sharp contrast to the lack of support he's reportedly gotten from his coaching staff. While he's dealing with real-life challenges and still pushing himself to be better every day, he's also fighting uphill against a system that hasn't fully embraced his potential. His mental toughness proves he's not just surviving, he's ready to thrive. If anything, his resilience off the field should be a wake-up call to the team leadership. They need to give Sheudeur the tools, trust, and freedom he deserves. He's clearly prepared to handle pressure, so the question is, are they ready to help him succeed? Because Sheudur's strength is undeniable, and with the right support, he can rise even higher.
I would say, for sure, I'm my own biggest critic, so in certain situations in the game, even in that fourth down of that last game, I wish I would have just extended the play, So mind you, I don't listen to critics. I don't listen to anybody has to say that's not within the organization, not within the team, not within the family or anything. Because it's like everybody have their own perspectives, but they're not out there doing it, So or they done it in their past life and their time has passed. So I'm just thankful that I'm living in the present. Now I have the opportunity to go out there and...
Sheudeur is showing a level of self-awareness that many players don't have. He admits he's his own biggest critic, always pushing himself to be better, and looking back at moments where he could have made different choices, like that fourth down in the last game where he wished he'd extended the play. That honesty is rare and shows he takes full responsibility for his own growth. But what's even more impressive is how he shuts out all the noise from outsiders who don't really understand what it's like to be in his shoes. He makes it clear he only listens to those inside the organization, his team, and his family, the people who truly know the grind and the pressure. Isn't that the kind of mindset every player should have? Why get distracted by critics who aren't on the field or in the locker room? Sheudeur's focus on the present and his gratitude for the opportunity to keep playing show that he's mature, grounded, and ready to keep improving no matter what anyone else says. But here's the real question. If Sheudeur is this focused, this hard-working, and this honest about his own game, then why hasn't he gotten the full support he deserves from his coaches? How can someone so committed to getting better be held back by a system that doesn't seem to trust him or give him the freedom to grow? Sheudeur isn't just talking the talk, he's walking the walk, showing leadership and mental strength that any team would want to build around. So, why hasn't that translated into real development and trust on the field? It's time the team leadership stops listening to outside noise too and starts backing a player who's clearly ready to lead. Sheudeur's mindset and dedication deserve a system that matches his hunger, not one that slows him down. Wouldn't you want a quarterback like that on your team?
A lot. I would say the teammates are definitely a big portion of everything, but at the same time, they have their own jobs they have to do also. So I have to take that upon myself to know that I have the responsibility, to bring this team a win on our side of the ball. So I got to do what's necessary to do that.
It's great to see him so poised and mature.
Sheudur's answer here really shows the kind of leader he is. Someone who values the support of his teammates, but never lets that support become a crutch. He openly admits that his teammates have played a huge role in building his confidence, and that sense of unity is something powerful. Knowing that the people around you believe in you can make a world of difference, especially in a high-pressure game like football. But at the same time, Sheudeur carries the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. He understands that ultimately, it's his job to lead the team to victory, no matter what. That kind of mindset takes a lot of courage and maturity, because it means he's not just looking to others to carry him, he's stepping up and owning the role. It's emotional to see a young player embrace that pressure, knowing how heavy it can be, and still remain poised and calm. What makes this even more moving is the fact that Sheudeur recognizes his role as the heartbeat of the offense. He's not just a player on the field, he's the one who has to take control, make decisions, and carry the hopes of the team with him every time he steps up to the line. The fact that he takes this responsibility seriously and feels the weight of it shows how deeply he cares not just about his own success, but about the success of everyone around him. It's the kind of leadership that doesn't come from talent alone. It comes from heart, dedication, and a true love for the game and his team. Watching Sheudeur in moments like this makes you realize just how rare it is to see that level of emotional strength and maturity at such a young age. This isn't just about football. It's about character, resilience, and the quiet determination to keep pushing no matter what.
I gained a lot knowing, going through the checklist, going through the reads and all that. But look, all that stuff changes whenever you're in a real game. Like, honestly, like, it feels way different. Like, I don't know. Hungry Dog's cool, but it's not like the real thing. You know what I mean? So, like, that keeps you, mentally, so you don't go out there and be a disaster. But I don't think I think it's cool. I don't know if it genuinely prepared you to go out there in the actual game, and be able to dominate.
Sheudeur is being honest here, and that honesty speaks volumes about his understanding of the game and what real preparation means. He's saying that going through checklists, reading plays, and practicing drills, while important, aren't enough to prepare a quarterback for the pressure and chaos of a real game. He calls practice cool, but admits it's not the same as the real thing, the real challenge. That kind of self-awareness shows he's not just going through the motions. He knows what it takes to truly dominate on game day. Isn't that exactly the kind of mindset a young quarterback needs? Someone who understands that preparation goes beyond just running plays. It's about mental toughness and real-time adjustments that only come from experience. But if Sheudeur knows this so clearly, why hasn't he been given the proper opportunities to get that real game experience? Why is he stuck in a system where practice feels like a hungry dog version of the real thing, something close but not quite enough? Shouldn't a coach like Stefanski be the one making sure his quarterback is ready to dominate by giving him meaningful reps, trust, and freedom? Instead, it sounds like Sheudeur is being held back, expected to perform under real pressure without getting the right kind of real preparation. How can a quarterback grow if the coach treats practice and preparation like a checklist and not a real chance to build confidence and skill? And what does that say about Stefanski's leadership? If he truly believes in Sheudeur's potential, why hasn't he created a system that bridges the gap between practice and the actual game? Why isn't Stefanski pushing to put his quarterback in situations where he can learn, fail, and get better in real time? Could it be that Stefanski's coaching style is too rigid or outdated for the kind of dynamic player Sheudeur is? These questions matter because a young quarterback's career is on the line. Sheudeur clearly knows what it takes mentally and physically, so the real question is, does the coaching staff? If not, then who's really responsible for holding him back? Sheudeur's honesty shines a light on the gap between true preparation and what he's been given. If he's ready to dominate, it's time the coaching staff steps up and matches his hunger. If you believe in Sheudeur's potential, hit that like button and subscribe for more real talk on the game.